StiltzkinKupo84 with Cat and Fam Gamer TV. I've done some reading, and basically, I forgot part of the mechanics of the game. You have to zone out 2 spaces in order to get enemies to reappear, so I can't even zone to the crossover B section without going all the way back through, you know, crossover A to phase 1 dig. So I think it's better just for me to just go ahead and tackle this boss fight that's going to be up here in the ore separation chamber, because then I'll only have to run up there back through the save crystal thing to get back to the crossover B. So I'll be doing the charged gizzard runs after the boss fight. Now what's cool about that is I did the research. We only need 3 of those charged gizzards. Well, I thought it was more like 5 or 7. So we're in a really good way, having already obtained 2 charged gizzards. We only really need to, you know, grind that out one more time. So we'll be all right. The main task ahead right now, of course, is just getting through this boss fight. Let's see, we're gonna want, I guess shield block is good to have right now. The more shield block we can get, the better use we'll get out of all of the shields we come across from here on out. I just am wondering if it outweighs the benefit of some of these HP nodes that we could be getting right now. We got a 90 for 310 HP. We have a 115 for 390, but I don't think we have enough license points to get that far. And but there was another one over here. Oh yes, we have 100 for 350. So I'm kind of seeing if we should... Of course, we need a Suna, which we never got. We need that pretty bad. And we need... Well, we don't need Drain, but it would be good to have Drain. And matter of fact, the boss that we're going into right now is notoriously hard on the old Asuna gambit. So let's pick up Asuna, even though it's tempting to just load up on a whole bunch of HPs right now, you know, as quickly as possible. It's not going to work to our advantage. I'm feeling like we could give Von the Mage's Habit. I'm also feeling like he could use a Nishigen Belt. So let's give the Nishigen Belt right now, because right now he has good armor, but we'll be getting the Mage's Hat probably next. Ooh, Ether Lore is a good one to have. Achilles. Yeah, we just don't have enough license points. So let's get that Ether Lore. It's always good to have. Alright, let's see. Ooh, we can get some good HP on Balthier here. Let's see. We can do shield block twice. Oh, the Versika here. This is the bizarre item that we're looking to get with the charged gizzards. I thought it was an axe. It's actually a hammer, and it's behind the scorpion tail. No, actually Versika. I don't know. One of these is a hammer, and one of these is an axe. And we don't need either Gambit or either license yet because we have, you know, we don't have all of the bizarre items to get it. But at some point, we'll be looking to get those licenses and equip that weapon. Let's see. Ether lore, potion lore, and Achilles right next to each other. That's hard not to pounce on right there. And a potion lore here. Numerology. Numerology is not extremely important, but it can come in very useful in a pinch. Okay, so we got Tides of Fate, we got these magic lures down here. I kind of do want to get Tides of Fate just to have access to those magic lures. Now we have the 125. Do we have that access to that down here? No, we don't. We have Addle and Wither and stuff down here, but we don't even have those techniques yet, so we don't even have Tourmaline Ring. That's weird. We don't have Rose Corsage or Thief's Cuffs. Okay, so I think we're gonna use Tourmaline Ring because that gives us immunity to poison. We can use Thief's Cuffs. We can use Rose Corsage. And we can definitely use 110 HP. And let's see what... shield block. I think shield block was over here. So we could get... You know what? Let's get both the shield blocks. Before we worry about another 110 HP. We'll just get those shield blocks. Because, I mean, this is a shield using campaign. Let's play to our strength here. Let's play to our advantage. Alright. Now, we definitely want Whip Kick, and we want the Vox and Poison that's behind it. But we've spent too much of Fran's license points to get here. So, it looks like we're going to be forgoing that for the time being. Now, we can take Bosch up that path and get the 390 HP that's behind that mischarge there, or we can look for some accessories that we need to equip. We got Ether Lore, we got Remedy Lore too. That's going to be great. That's behind a Magic Lore. Ether Lore 3. Ether Lore 2. So I think this is where our LP is best served right now. We got a Remedy Lore, we got immediate access to an Ether Lore 2. That was good. We got our black belt, we got I think we have a Nishigen belt on him already. I could be wrong. Yeah, we have Nishigen belt for him already. So, I mean, we're really good. We're sitting good with Bosch's license points. So no buyer's remorse on any of that. Black belt, we need that for Ash. That's a gotta have it equipment right now. We're getting into the boss battles that are getting multiple statuses. We kind of need a Nishigen belt, and I don't think we need thief cuffs. But like a diamond armlet wouldn't be bad. So what kind of... oh, you know what? We don't need this Maelstrom's bolt anymore. We got that battle lore already. We got access to it through the HP license that we activated. So that was cool. Shield block, we can do shield block. We can do 230 HP. So these are all the accessories down here. Nishigen belt would still be good to have. I'm not gonna lie. I still want Nishigen belt. 310 HP. Shield block is here. So I'm thinking about Nishigen belt and this shield block. And then we can just sort of go from there. So let's get that shield block. Let's get Nishigen belt. Let's get this 230 HP. That's gonna be great. We could get a gambit slot. We still don't have broadswords. Not sure that we need it right now, but let's see, what do we have here? Kotetsu, Asafun. Ooh, we could get Mage's Habit, actually. Just in case. We probably don't need it. Alright, so I feel like we got some good stuff. That battle lore there. That's the 125 Nordswind's Glow. That's the... Where's the 75? We got the 75 too. So we're gonna get the probably the 100 Nordswind's Glow. Just cause. Oh, that's Maelstrom's Bolt anyway. Oh, anyhow, it'll look better if, you know, we've gotten it for 100 LP rather than if we've gotten it for 50 LP. Potion lore and swiftness, I believe, is what we were going for. So we got that now. Potion lore 3, wow, okay. We don't have enough for this HP buff here. We could pick up some shield block. Brigandine, we don't need. Let's see, does she have the... She does not have the Nishigen belt. We should probably have somebody with the Nishigen belt. And I wonder if Penelo has steel. Let's see. I don't think she does. No. So Penelo, being that she doesn't have steel, she's a Red Mage Shikari. She'll be better off with the Pheasant Netsuki. She's more of a tanky healer, so we'll get her closer to Nishijin Belt anyhow. And that Pheasant Netsuki will increase the potency of her healing items. Can't help but think we should have gotten some shield block. But, I mean, I'm sure it won't kill us. Ooh, we could get Nishijin Belt with Fran. I wonder what I was saving that for. Why didn't I get Nishijin Belt already? Oh, I think I was saving it for the whip kick, the poison in the box. But we're gonna need Nishijin Belt and black belt, so we'll get Nishijin Belt. Because what Nishijin Belt does, let's see if I have it. It makes you immune to sleep. And the boss that we're coming up against I believe is the Elder Wyrm. Or no, this could be Tiamat. Yes, it's Tiamat. Okay, so it says he's the toughest boss thus far in the game. Its real strength is his resiliency. Its defense is considerable, especially when its HP bar drops below 20%. If you have quickenings available, you should have several characters with quickenings by now. Open with a good series right away, chaining at least 3 hits to trigger an Inferno or Cataclysm Blast. Cataclysm Blast too. There's my Catholic upbringing coming out. Catechism Blast, yeah. Tiamat will focus his attention almost exclusively on one target at a time, so most of its attacks are physical. That target will need a load of healing from his or her comrades. It's a good idea for each party member to have a great gambit that casts Raise or uses Phoenix Down on any ally, so that if someone gets KO'd, he gets revived automatically. Note that just one good shield can make the difference against an enemy like Tiamat, who deals out primarily physical damage and focuses on single targets. Make sure your heavy fighter, best strength and armor, has the best shield available, then send him or her into trade blows toe-to-toe with Tiamat, using powerful melee. Okay, so... well, this isn't the boss that we need the accessory for, but on the very next page is the Elder Wyrm. He can cast Slow, Blind, Silent, Sleep, Confuse, and Poison. So he could also use Oil, then follows it up with Fireball. So the Elder Wyrm is really who we're getting these accessories for, and he's like the very next boss. So I guess what we'll do is we'll just plan to have Fran go in and steal. Then we will have decoy on Ash. I think we picked up some new HP with Ash too, with all those licenses we purchased. So that's great. So now Ash, ooh yeah, Ash has 3,400. Not bad, Ash, not bad. Alright, well, let's get this Tiamat out of the way. And there goes Crazy Wyrm. Something tells me here that Tiamat and the Elder Wyrm being so close together is sort of a mistake that maybe came out of the dev team wanting to have wanting to give Tiamat capabilities, like status capabilities like the Elder Wyrm has. And maybe they were like, well, no, you know, we don't want to put that on a fight that, you know, characters are forced to go through for story progression. It's a little bit barbaric. And, you know, then again, maybe they just wanted to make sure that those status-inducing capabilities were hidden behind a boss that was sort of optional. And where Elder Wyrm is placed, you can get around it by not going through, but you'll be going the long way around, and it's a lot more inconvenient. It's just more convenient just to go in and fight Elder Wyrm, but it is optional. So maybe some of the dev team had thought that the Elder Wyrm fight would take place here in the Heavy Mines. And on the world map, they're very close. They're very close to each other. Oh, you know what? I didn't equip a black belt like I should have on Ash. Matter of fact, let's see if... Yeah, Fran can put it on. We got it on Penella already, so... Oh boy, what does that mean for us? That means somebody's going to need a gambit with Libra now that Fran's no longer wearing a bangle. So, how are we going to get Libra on our team? Who knows it? Libra. Ash and Penella both know Libra. At the very least, we don't have to worry about it until after this boss fight because there's really no traps in here. So we just need to throw a remedy. You know what? We can switch Vaughn into the party. Switch Vaughn out for Fran. Make sure that he has a Asuna Gambit. And let's do that on Ash. That's going to be his very first action. Alright, now we can switch him right back out. Nice little cheat there. But really I should have been wearing my black belt the whole time. And now Ash is free of her disabled status. She's holding up strong against all of this physical damage too, like Tiamat is not even really threatening her. We're not even going to need to use a mist ability at this point, it looks like. I mean, we're not damaging him as much as we used to before, because his defenses spike at the 20 HP level. But all this fast micro damage that we're doing, goodbye, dude. See you later. So that wasn't so bad. Awesome. And I just noticed in this congratulations sequence that Ash is still wielding the flame sword. So, ooh, what is that on the ground? Whose weapon is that? That's weird that there was a random weapon on the ground during our sequence. It looked like Larsa's weapon. I don't know if that was a glitch or what. So Wyrm has... Ooh, that's what's possessing her, apparently. And Wyrm was using that nethicite. Looked like manufactured because it broke so easily.
That thing inside her, what was it?
Well, at least we don't have to fight it. We don't have to worry about maybe accidentally killing Wyrm in the process.
Is it you?
So Wyrm tried to do something about it. She tried to follow in her sister's footsteps and take that nethicite and...
When the Hume soldiers came to the wood, the village took small heed of them. So long as the wood herself is safe from harm, the Wyrm give little care to goings-on beyond her. But in me, an uneasiness stirred. I had to discover why they had come.
So you came here hoping to find something out and got yourself caught. You're as foolhardy as your sister.
They took me then and set close beside me a stone. They said its mist would be drawn into me, that the Wyrm well suited this end. I saw the light coming from the stone, and then...
We have seen this. On Leviathan, the mist released from the Dawn Shard drove me too into such a rage. She was taken not by the Dawn Shard.
Manufactured nethicite. Then that means... Penella, the stone I gave you, do you still carry it with you?
Sure, it's right here.
This is a thing more dangerous again than I had imagined. I should never have given it to you. Forgive me, I didn't know.
Dude, that's our party treasure that we want.
I always thought of it as sort of a good luck charm. And even if it is dangerous, on Leviathan it kept us safe.
He's just a little Imperial boy who wants the power back for himself.
There is a place for all things, even dangerous such as this.
I hope you're right about that.
Oh well. Larsa hasn't attacked us yet. Suppose we should show him some understanding. Okay, wow, we're back in the Wyrm homeland, so we won't have
the woods whispers.
The chance to grind out those charged gizzards.
Lente's tear is a permission. Pass through the wood and leave.
Yeah, we're getting this right now. So
that cannot be all. I saw it when I left the village. Ivalice is changing. How can the Wyrm stand and do nothing at all? Ivalice is for the Humes. The wood alone is for us. But that is wrong. How can we just hide here in the trees when all the world outside is on the move? I too wish to live freely, to leave this wood.
Do not do this. You must remain away from the Humes. Stay with the wood. Live together with the wood. This is your way.
But Fran, my sister...
I am no longer of you.
Huh.
have discarded wood and village. I won my freedom, yet my past has been cut away forever. No longer can my ears hear the green word. Is
Real
solitude you want, Wyrm?
Sister.
No, Wyrm. Only one sister remains to you now. You must forget my existence.
Dang.
I am sorry to make you do this.
She goes against the laws of the wood. I threw down these laws. It is better that I do this. Better I than one who must uphold these laws herself.
I don't think that Wyrm will stay.
Listen to the wood's voice for me. I fear she hates.
So I guess this is like a spiritual mother for all of them.
The wood longs for you, for the child gone from under her boughs.
A pleasant lie, that.
Be cautious. The wood is jealous of the Humes who have taken you.
I am as them now. Am I not? Goodbye, sister.
Daniel Purdom. Ah. Not watching too intently because I haven't played 12 before and don't want spoilers, but I'm interested in seeing... looks like seeing... your Daniel Purdom. Thanks for commenting. It looks like your comment was a little bit long and it got cut off at the end there. You're interested in seeing something. Yeah, I mean, this is good. It's probably one of my favorite games in the entire Final Fantasy series. I mean, take it as a sign, you know, that I played Final Fantasy IX on my channel. Got a whole playlist dedicated to that, and then the very next game I went to was like 7 and then 12. So, and I didn't even finish 7. So, I wanted to play 12 that bad that I pretty much gave up on 7 in the beginning. They're both fantastic games. Seeing gameplay. Yeah, it's pretty unique from other Final Fantasies in that you get a list of gambits to set up, and oh yeah, I mean, the dad's group is bumping. Thanks for showing support. Yep, yeah. For anybody who's not aware, Daniel Purdom is he's alluding to the Dads with Daughters subgroup that we have going. It's a great thing. I'm trying to talk about Facebook while I'm playing a video game, and my attention's being split two ways. But yeah, we have a gamers group on Facebook for Dads with Daughters. And Daniel Purdom's a good friend of mine through there, and I thank you for showing support. So basically, the gameplay of this game is all through the gambits here. You can set up gambits Oh, since Final Fantasy VIII. Okay, so it's been a long time. So 9 is my absolute favorite. 12 I think is, well, it's between 7 and 12 really for my second favorite. But yeah, so basically your gameplay in this game, I'll do a quick tutorial. You can have an attack, and I usually put foe lowest HP for that because I want everybody to pile on the monster that's closest to dying. And then, like, you can put a gambit, you can do like ally any for raise, just in case somebody gets KO'd. That means that, you know, the raise spell will go on the KO'd person. Ally status slow, so that we don't have any slowed characters in the party. So I can switch that to ally status any and make sure that we're hasted at all times. But that's sort of a drain on MP. Basically, this is like the gambits list is like a computer AI script. You're feeding your characters the AI script that you want them to follow, and if you can set up a good list of gambits, then you can sort of just pilot them around to get them close to the enemies, then, you know, watch them. Oh, so 12 was highly praised. 12 won a lot of critical acclaim, and people thought it was, you know, the people who were in charge of rating the game thought it was a lot better than the common person in America did. Japan got the International Zodiac version, and we got the American version. North American version had the gambits grid all in one spot, so all 6 characters had access to all of the license points. So basically here's the license grid. When I buy a license, so these are grids. These grids are separated now in the International Zodiac version, and people say they like it better. I like it better personally because, like, for instance, not everybody has access to rods, and not everybody has access to the full palette of white magics. So because Vaughn is a white mage, you see under his name there, the white mage is highlighted, and then I can press triangle, and this is his Shikari side. So in the International Zodiac version, each character gets 2 classes, and you get to mix those classes for synergy. So, like, I activated the red spiral, which is one of his limit breaks, and that opened up the 150 HP license, and then there's a 150 HP license over here on the Shikari grid that put, you know, so when I activated the node on the white mage grid, it'll activate the same node on the Shikari grid. So, like, if I were to activate Martyr here for 30, it would activate Martyr here for 30. So sometimes you can make a stretch on one of the grids and get like a back route into something else that's over here on your other grid. So, you know, the vanilla version just featured one standard grid for all 6 characters, and that made them all feel like samey, like the same exact thing 6 times over, and so it was a little more boring. Characters, you know, you could get all 6 characters with the very best sword in the game and just plow through it. So what you see here, the party size is 3 characters, and I have a guest character. This little boy here with the sword is Larsa. Guest characters will accompany you for like certain segments of the game, and it's just due to story narrative. The next time we hit a plot point where Larsa wants to leave, he'll leave the party, and we won't see him again. Larsa's actually one character who joins the party more than once throughout the game, and I think he's the only guest character who does that. But like a lot of the characters that we have in our party now were guest characters at one point. Like Ash was a guest character before she trusted in us, before she trusted us enough to tell us her real name. So, you know, Fran and Balthier were guest party members just for the very introduction of their characters to the narrative. Same thing with Bosch, he was a guest character for a while there. I think Penelo was even a guest. So basically 5 out of 6 of our main party characters were guest characters at some time. But Larsa here will never be a party character, so he's a guest character only. And I think there's a couple of other characters who are like that. So your party size is actually 3, but with a guest character it can balloon up to 4. And there's, you know, there's reasons to put off story beats to keep your guest character around, to, you know, to keep your party more powerful for some of the optional challenges. But that's all, you know, based on personal taste. What you want from the game, how many optional things you're willing to do. The main selling point, I think, of this game is that there is so much optional stuff that you can do off the story beat, and the world has never been so... there's never been such a variety of paths in a world. Like, there's no top world like in Final Fantasy VII, like when you get Cloud and you just walk on the world map. It's not like that. It's more like 10, but Final Fantasy X gave you like one path, and that path might have diverged for like 15 steps before you have to go back. You know, so this is definitely a game that has many routes. And what I mean by many routes is, look, we can go back to Osmond Plain. We can take like 3 or 4 different routes through the plane. We can go to Jahara. We can take this route into Zertanen Caverns, and this is a whole bottom world that exists below all of the things. And you can reach the Yensa Sand Sea from here. You can reach the Ogre Yensa is different from the Nam Yensa, so these are like all different places that you can reach the Dalmasca Wester Sand, and from the Wester Sand you can come into the Easter Sand, and you can go to the city of Rabanastre through here, and Rabanastre itself leads you to the Easter Sand. So it's a much more diverse, interconnected web of things. The Mosferan High Waste is up here, and you can reach the Mosferan High Waste from the Easter Sand up here. So I mean, like Ivalice from playing Tactics. Oh yeah, I mean, if you like Tactics, there's a lot of that throwback here. There's a lot of fanfare. It's super awesome. I've always liked the themes that Ivalice plays with. Political intrigue. What I like about Ivalice games is that the political intrigue is so dense and so serious, and it has so much gravitas that the world they build around it usually has more whimsy and more playfulness, and you know, it's more high magic and less high tech, like 7 was, which is not a bad thing. It's just different, and it's refreshing when you get a Final Fantasy that has a little bit more whimsy after you've had like a couple of installments that were like way more space tech or steampunk sort of themed. It varies the experience. And Final Fantasy XII got backlash because of that, because a lot of the fan base did not expect a variation from the experience of, you know, what they had been used to. And many veteran players welcomed it. I mean, I sure as heck welcomed the variation. I love it. A good Ivalice game. And I think 12 is probably the best Ivalice game now in the series. I would like to be super OG and say that Final Fantasy Tactics is always going to be my favorite Iblis game. I just don't feel that way, honestly. I can't say that I do. My love for 12 has probably eclipsed my love for Tactics. I mean, look at these monsters. I mean, just the models. They look like things that can rip your head off. Breath of the Wild now. Looking at what to play next. I'll be doing Ori and Blind Forest. Buddy of mine helped design. Oh, okay. So yeah, I mean, I don't know much about those games, if they're long or short, but if you're already a fan of Iblis games, I would recommend Final Fantasy 12. I don't think any fan of Final Fantasy who has played Tactics should live their life without having played 12. Now, that said, I enjoy Final Fantasy 9 more than I enjoy Final Fantasy 12. That's probably for nostalgia reasons. Final Fantasy 9 was the very first game that I played. It is a lot more structured and straightforward, so you know, you don't have the replayability factor that you have with 12. So you could play 12 5, 10, 20 different ways based on what 2 jobs you choose to give each character. I mean, there's hundreds of different combinations of job classes that you can give, and there's only 12 jobs. So I mean, a lot of those combinations are just very small variations on other combinations, but I mean, when you have 6 characters, you have 12 jobs to hand out, and you have the option of covering all 12 jobs with just 6 characters, or you can leave some jobs out. If you know, if there's certain jobs that are your favorite, you can, you know, have 3 different black mages, and that means that you leave 2 of the jobs on the table, because you know, if you have 3 black mages, you know, you can't possibly have all 12 jobs in play. Oh, okay, so this game is releasing tomorrow, so that's cool. Yeah, I mean, play what's new, play what has your interest. I'm definitely not going to say that, you know, play this game next because it's, you know, the best, you know. I'm not drinking from the Kool-Aid, you know, but definitely I would play Final Fantasy 12. If you played Tactics and liked it, you should probably become an authority on the Iblis games in the series. And it's more true for Final Fantasy 12 and for Final Fantasy Tactics War of the Lions than possibly any other Iblis game in the series. I've played a little bit of some of the other Iblis games. I'm not too much a fan. They're kind of cool. Again, I played them on handheld, and then I don't prefer handheld. I prefer TV. But I got the most enjoyment out of 12 and Tactics among all of the Iblis games that are in the series. Holy, why am I getting all of these dark skeletons? Are these rare monsters that are coming out at me here? I think so. Yeah, and Tactics was all about customization too. All the jobs, all the, you know, you never were forced to play as a knight with anybody. So you always had the choice to be an archer or a white mage or a time mage or whatever. And that definitely transfers to here. shoot. What am I doing? What are my gambits here? My gambits are not keeping up with the spawn rate of these. I gotta make sure to kill some of these guys. We need Dark Skeleton A. So, see, you have gambits, and if your gambits, if you find they're not working for you, you still have the option to take matters into your own hands and fight the old style. You know, you can just input commands and have the characters do what you want them to do in the moment. So, having a gambit system is not limiting. It's, if anything, it's just a safety net. You know, it gives you better options to make sure that your characters are doing something smart when you're not directly controlling them. I'm gonna use an item here because I'm sick of this. Let's do an Aquara emote. We'll just get all the dark skeletons at once. We'll kill 2 instantly. Yep. Start working on one of these other 3 here. I don't know if these guys are always here or what, but they definitely don't remember them all being here like this. I think this is a pretty unique battle that I'm having. Now I've got a 4th one spawned, and I'm really not enjoying how many of these are coming at me. But I think we're done spawning them. I don't think they're going to pop up anymore. So if I can just get these 3 killed, I think we'll survive the encounter. And there's always a retreat. R2 is the retreat button, so if we need to, we'll retreat. Alright, so we got that guy dead. We're down to 2. Things get hairy, and without the gambit system in this game, oh, you know what? That guy just came. I don't want to fight him again, so let's just kill this dark skeleton. I'm gonna go ahead and run. I don't know why. I don't know those enemies to be in that area commonly. It's just not something that I'm used to normally happening. Now they've followed us all the way over here, so I have to guess that their spawn is somewhere back there. They're not respawning over here. I guess you just shouldn't stand around in that area, because apparently they'll just continuously spawn in that small area. Now there's another encounter that's very dangerous for us, because the Marlboros are not dangerous in and of themselves. They just have negative status effects that they can put on you, and these hounds are actually the dangerous part of the encounter. I think I have Larsa's Gambit set to attack. Somebody's Gambit is not cooperating with the other Gambits. Highest max HP, it's Ash that's not cooperating with everybody else. So at least now all 4 of my people will be set on the same monster. Instead of spreading my damage around. That was my fault. Sometimes, you know, you lose a battle and you look at your Gambit list and you're like, oh, that was my fault, because I had Ash attacking a completely different character than what the other three were attacking. So, that'll happen from time to time. It's an easy mistake to make, yet, you know, so many make it. It's better to find it out during a random encounter that's not very hard, that won't kill you, rather than making that during a boss fight encounter. And I have made that mistake during a boss fight encounter, and it sucks. It sucked way more in the vanilla version of this game, because this recent one here on the PS4, they save every time you enter a new screen. So like it quick saved when I came out of the rusting chapel and into the needle break. So if I do game over, they'll just set me back at my entry to the needle break. You know, so I won't have to go back to my last save, which could have been hours ago. So, I mean, this version has a lot of different things going for it that the other version did not. And, I really like the Zodiac Age. Now I'm going to take a detour here. I'm going to go back into the Arut village just for the save point, because we have a boss up here who's pretty dangerous at this point. I really just wanted to explore more of the Gallimore jungle that I had not explored yet. So, we got that done. We almost died to some of those skeletons. Oh, let's see. So we went from one dragon boss fight, and we're going into another dragon boss fight. And trust me, Daniel, there's more than just dragons and dragon bosses to this game. Several other types of bosses. You just happen to be seeing a stretch of game where two huge bosses are dragons. So there's the Earth Tyrant, which is more of a Tyrannosaur type of a deal. There's also the Hell Wyrm, which is another very pronounced dragon, 4 legs and wings sort of a thing. A lot of the optional bosses in the game are actually dragons. It's funny because when this game came out, 2006, Fable was talking about dragon encounters, Skyrim was talking about dragon encounters. There were a lot of franchises that were talking about having realistic dragon encounters on a, you know, a world map sort of a deal. And it's funny because Final Fantasy XII was doing that. I mean, yeah, the arenas are small, so the stages aren't that big. They're not that interactive, because Final Fantasy was just getting their roots in the more MMO sort of feel. Like, this is the very first game that Final Fantasy made that was sort of like an MMO. Well, I guess you could say 11 was, but 12 did this for the console, and then they did it again with 14. I mean, yeah, Final Fantasy XII was delivering dragon encounters before a lot of these games were successfully. It is several years now since such as you began passing through the wood, unwelcome. Some sought only to flee their pursuers, but others there were who thought to bring ruin to the wood. This wakened in Mirren a deep disquiet. That she should see this and leave the wood surprises me little. Okay, so there's another Viera there that we can't talk to. This bridge is out. So that means we have to go... Ooh, we got an amber armlet. Amber armlet. See what that does. Increases physical damage dealt while empty-handed. Oh, so that's for if you have a monk character. Alright, well... we're gonna get our boss battle on right here. Move into the Dragon's Dell. And this too is one of the best boss monster awakenings in the game, I think. Because he is the grass mound. It's awesome. Alright, so we have not only this Elder Dragon to worry about in this boss fight, but we also have 2 minions of his that he's going to summon here. Gotta worry about taking out these 2 tree ants. And we're going to go ahead and, since I have the party fighting all the lowest HP characters first, all 4 of them are working on the golems here, the tree ants. So we're quickly getting those taken care of, and now I can turn on my gambit for steel for Fran. Couldn't steal. Other Wyrm's going to start casting blind. Got a couple people that are susceptible to that, but we also have gambits. Oh, Fran stole a succulent fruit. Now that's actually not one of the best steals you can get from the Elder Wyrm, so I'm a little let down by that. But heck, I mean, pretty much everything in this game, if it's easy to steal from a boss once, you can find a way to farm it from other creatures later. Now here's something I don't have. I don't have any immunity to sleep, which is why Ash is out of commission right now. And now we have... oh, jeez. We got a bunch of characters who are confused. I'm gonna have to have Larsa give out a remedy here. We're definitely gonna want a remedy on Penelo. Oh no! That didn't stop the confused status on Penelo. Crap. I think we're going to want to take out Fran and put Vaughn in because he has Asuna, and we'll change his gambit to be ally any. So we'll get some Asuna going from Vaughn here. Now we have it going to Penelo, and now we have... we're going to want to take out either... we're probably going to want to take Penelo out at the next opportunity. When Penelo's name down here in the bottom turns white, we can switch her out for Fran. Now we're going to have Vaughn cure Fran, and we'll take Vaughn out, and we'll put Penelo back in. Now we have a gambit for Fran for haste. And at this point, I'm just going to put ally any for haste. Because this guy has given us a run for our money with all these status attacks. We're not set up for that. What we have is immunity to immobilize and disable, which are 2 of the most debilitating statuses in the game. So immobilize makes you not be able to run around, and then Disable makes you not be able to actually act. We need another gambit set up, and the gambit that we need is... a handkerchief. We need a hanky. Where is it? Handkerchief, here. We need to ally Annie. Because what a handkerchief does is it removes this oil that's on us right now, and if this Elder Wyrm decides to cast fire on us while we have oil covering us, then it'll double the fire's elemental properties. So we want handkerchief, gambit, so we don't get that extra elemental damage. And now we have a whole other problem. Now it seems like we need Vaughn back. Actually, what's good about this is Ash is the only one... Oh, Larsa's confused. So Ash and Larsa are the ones that we need healed. So we'll take Vaughn. We'll probably put Fran away for now. Cast Asuna on Ash and Larsa. And now we'll take Vaughn out and put Fran back in, because he's 10 levels too low. So we got Fireball. It's a good thing that we didn't have any oil on anybody during that whole thing. I think he's going to do that super move again. One more time, where he inflicts all those statuses on us. So we'll be needing Vaughn back in the party. I wanted to challenge myself this playthrough, and I wanted to make sure that my girls did not have a white mage between them. There's a couple of red mages. I think Fran is a time mage, red mage, and Penelo is a red mage. Shikari, which is basically like a sword thief. But I've never played a playthrough of a game where my main party was without a white mage, and I wanted to make it a little harder on myself this time through. I mean, I still got it, right? That was quite a dangerous boss fight. And it is optional. But the way around it is very hard to do. And I think you might actually need to hire a chocobo in order to get around this room without triggering a boss fight. But yeah, man, Daniel, if you liked Final Fantasy Tactics, I would say go straight for 12. I tell most people, maybe even people who have never played a Final Fantasy, I try to tell people to go for 9 because it's simple, straightforward. But 9 is just a game that I love. And it has nothing to do with Ivalice, and you know, you definitely will get more Ivalice going through this game. Lada was familiar in the oil status. Yeah, oh, I forgot. It was the oil status in Tactics as well? I forgot that was in there. So I mean, there's Easter eggs all over the place alluding back to the original Tactics. They did a really good job. Even some of the boss monsters, like the optional bosses, allude back to things in Tactics, and even to other Final Fantasy games. So they do a very good job of fan service. I'm gonna look at the Gallimore jungle map to see if there's any treasure that I'm missing here. Not that I can see. I mean, there's 12 through 17, but I'm looking. There's a black belt. There's an Argyle armlet, but that's the one time only. 10, 11, no, 7. That's a respawn on that Argyle armlet. That would be good to have. That's the bottom path, so... Okay. Alright, anyhow, quickly just consulting my player's guide. I still have all the books. I have the book for the vanilla version, and I have the book for the new Zodiac version. I just love player's guides. I pretty much won't buy a Final Fantasy without a player's guide companion, so like a lot of, you know, you'll see online a lot of people are like, do I need to buy it? I'm like totally opposite. I'm like, I really need to buy this guide. Like, I won't buy the game without the guide in store on the first day. Alright, man, well, thanks for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you maybe want to watch again. We do also play Minecraft. We play Kingdom Hearts 3. My daughter plays Kingdom Hearts 3 while I'm on the backup mic, and we play Minecraft together, cooperative. So, yeah, bookmark us. We're always around. Alright, man, I'll see ya. Okay. Some tree ants. So tree ants here... Tree ants are actually good for lumber. If you want to pick a fight with a tree ant, which I do right now, I'm going to do white magic. I'm going to do dispel on this tree ant to get rid of his protect magic. And that will turn him angry at us. So if we kill him properly, we'll get a lumber. Yep, get a piece of lumber. Now actually, I think what we get, what that lumber does for us in Bazaar, is it just creates another flame tongue, which we already have one for Ash, and she's our only knight, so we don't really need any lumber. We don't need to grind it. Anyhow. But I wanted to at least have one tree ant killed on my save file, just so that, you know, I could get the bestiary complete in the clan primer. We can kill another one, just because it's here. It's here to do. I mean, he's really trying to not fight us. He's just trying to cast Protect and Shell. It sort of makes me feel bad. But, you know, we got a couple of tree ants under our belt now. There's a big Tyrannosaurus over there. We're about to go get him, too. Oh no, I don't want to pull those Marlboros into this fight. Good. Wanted to avoid those guys until the Tyrannosaurus was done. So, on the Gallimore jungle map, there's 15 and 16. Let's see, those can be ether or high ether. The only real useful pot around here, we're going to see in a moment. It's in this cell that we're on right now. And it's on the southern expanse there where there's still some shadows. So we're going to come back down, go this way a little bit. Try to see if we can't get one of these Argyle armlets. 50% chance to be an Argyle armlet. I think I still have my haste gambit set to any, and I want to put that on slow. Ally slow, because when you have ally any, then it will waste time casting haste on members of your party that aren't even slowed yet. So, I mean, having just slow, ally slow, is pretty good. Alright, well, let's go into the Paramina Rift. After we kill this enemy. Or gargoyle, or whatever it is. Here we are. And we're gonna be cold. I mean, not like in Final Fantasy VII where it's actually a mechanical thing in the game where you have to, you know, jog in place to keep him freezing. We're not going to be that kind of cold, but we're going to feel cold just from the scenery for quite a while here, for many hours. Beyond this rift, you'll find the Holy Mountain. Take each step one at a time and you shall reach your destination. Mount Bromises is to the northeast. Should you go south, you'll enter the rift. Take care. Gods guide your path. Wyrm. So immediately there's this gravitas of like, yeah, this is not a good landscape to be in. The Kiltias of Mount Bromises took us in and treated us warmly. Thanks to their aid, I'm well enough to return home now. Okay. So they're taking in refugees. When newcomers what can't walk on their own arrive, I carry them up the mountain. I'm glad to help the Kiltias any way I can. Well, thank you. Hopefully we don't need to be carried up the mountain. So now that we've reached the rift, and we're about an hour and 17 minutes into the video, I think there's a good chance for us to go ahead and cut the video. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at our weapon, our item tables around here, so that we can get the best items from this area. So far, this is all we have of the area, the rift. There'll be a much bigger area that we're gonna discover, and hopefully you guys will come with me on that exploration. So go ahead, like and subscribe. My daughter appreciates all the attention her channel can get, and so do I. And we'll be back for another video. This is StiltzkinKupo84 with Cat and Fam Gamer TV, signing out.